this video today, I'm going to be doing a review on the M3d Pro. And yeah, so let's get it right into the video. So the M3d Pro, it is a fairly large printer. It can print something about 7 by 7 by 7 inches cubed, so that's a fairly good print size. Here is something I printed out for this video. It has lots of overhangs and other things, and that's about probably 4 or 5 inches tall, and it printed it in about 4 hours. So, and it turned out pretty good. I'll have up close pictures and a video and a time lapse of the print after a while in the video. And so let's get into specs. So yeah, it can print the 7 by 7 cubed. It is really good with PLA. That's what I have right here. I have PVC holding up the filament above it because it works better above than on the side. So that's something to keep in mind if you're planning on purchasing this printer. It does have a heated bed, and it will lift up on the corners a good bit, so it's better to put some just glue, like a glue stick on the bed. And they will send you, they had some manufacturing problems, M3d did, and so they have to give you this piece to actually keep the heated bed in place, which isn't a big deal at all. It just clips right in. And something pretty cool is that the bed comes right out, and right under the bed is a place for one of their Pro spools, which this is one that I've practically just used a ton of. And those fit right into the bottom, so you can have a direct feed from the bottom or through the top, which is very cool. So let me just put this right back on. I'll show you it up close actually. So it has this connector here that slides into some pins, which I think maybe you can see. Yeah, you can. Those 5 little parts back there, and it just slides right back in. And then I put this piece right here, and it just pops right back in. So yeah, and also the printer, it has metal gantries, so it's very strong. The Micro had carbon fiber gantry, so it wasn't as durable as this is. They're still working with updates in the software to get it to do like the recovering and other things, and also get it to, if it finds a problem that is having a problem, it will stop. It hasn't gotten to that yet in the software. The machine itself has the capabilities of doing that, but the actual, in the software, they haven't gotten to that point yet to where you can actually use that. But it does have untethered printing, which is very, very cool. And it can print like that owl. That's fairly large for the printer, and it can do that pretty quickly. 4 hours isn't that long for a 3D print. I've done stuff on that printer that I can't remember that have taken a lot longer. Like this took a little bit longer just because of its design. And yeah, so that certain things just take longer or less time because of the amount of infill you use, which is something also to think about, that you don't want to use that much infill, because these rolls, for a tiny roll, which I can show you one of those too, isn't very big, and they're $15 a roll. So this machine can use up one of these extremely quickly. The micro is best with these rolls because you can only print smaller things, about a 5 by 5 by 5 inch cube. So you can actually fit the M3d Micro in this printer. This roll, it can also go down and use pretty quickly. But I have they have a new printer out that's I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it can print a 2 cubic feet, so a 2 by 2 by 2 foot object, which is massive, and it uses a roll that's double the amount as this, and that's what I'm using right now, just in a white. So yeah, it can print a good size object. It will eventually have the capabilities of correcting a mistake and getting back to the print, and it can be paused to change filament and other things like that. So yeah, overall I've had some problems with it, and I've been able to get those fixed really easily because M3d support is very, very good. One of the best I've actually worked with ever. They have a Discord page where you can contact them live anytime, and they'll help you with practically anything. And if they can't help, then they'll send you to their email, or then they'll have you contact their tech team, which can get you through any problem. And if they can't, then they'll have you send the printer back, and you pay a little bit, and then you get the working printer back after they repair it for you, which is very, very nice. And so yeah, that's kind of it overall of the printer. It's about 10 inches tall, so the machine doesn't take up much space, which is very nice, but it also just has to be plugged into your computer and then to the wall, so it doesn't require much. And basically it's just a plug and play. You just unbox it, which you watch that video, and then you just connect it and it works with the software. And yeah, so it's very, very easy. So now let me show you the software. Okay, so here's the software. Sorry if there's a little bit of glare with the lighting. It looks fine, I think. So basically you have the printer right here, and you're able to just take an object, which loads right into the software off of Thingiverse, which this is an SD card holder, and you click print, and you can use heated bed, use wave bonding, support material, automatic untethered printing, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. You have different qualities of prints and different infill levels, this being the highest level and this being the lowest, which is very thin walls, and this is the highest quality and that's the lowest. So this would take very long with those two, and with these two it would take not any time at all, but it would be a very crappy print because of having very thin walls and very coarse print. So that's the actual printing, the way that you print an object. So you can move the object, scale it up and down by holding the right part of your screen, or just dragging these. So that would be a very large SD card holder. So here's the owl again, and this is a print that's very good to test with overhangs because of all these little feathers, and this printer does a pretty good job of it. It has a little bit of excess material below the beak, and the raft I just kind of sanded down a little bit along the edges, but overall it does a good job of this model, and it's not horrible at all. It has a few places where the filament got a little stuck, but it's not bad, and it's a solid piece. Now here's something a little bit different. So this is a model for a different printer, the TiVo Tornado, which I got, and the bed was broken, so I'll get a review out on that machine once I get all my replacement parts and my modifications that I'm adding onto it. But this is an extended part for the leveling, and I had to scale the model up like 0.03 millimeters in the software, which isn't much at all. So you can print parts that actually have other parts fit inside of them from the real world. And I'll get a review out on that machine whenever I get those parts. So now I think that's about it, actually. And so yeah, I'll play that time lapse and the up close of the owl right now. So thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in my next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Cue the outro.